Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're looking at something that feels simple on the surface, but the more you pay attention, the more it starts to shift. Kelly Jo Bates recently shared her thoughts about Chad Paine, the man married to her daughter, and the way she described him doesn't just sound like a casual message. There's a certain tone in it that feels measured, almost like she's choosing exactly what to show and what to hold back. At the same time, Erin also shared her own perspective about her husband, and that's where things start to feel different. The tone changes, the focus shifts, and suddenly the same person is being seen in a completely different light. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at both sides, what each of them reveals, and what might be hiding just beneath the surface. Let's get into it. What Kelly Jo Bates seems to see in Chad Paine as a father of 7 isn't presented as a simple, sentimental tribute. There is a measured tone in the way she frames him, almost as if she's summarizing something she has quietly observed over time rather than reacting in the moment. In her birthday post, she writes, "Happy 39th birthday, Chad. You've been a bright spot in our family for over 13 years now, and it's hard to even picture a time when you weren't by Erin's side." That line does more than celebrate a milestone. It subtly suggests that Chad's presence has become so embedded in their family dynamic that imagining life without him feels nearly impossible. Instead of leaning into emotion right away, Kelly Jo builds a sense of permanence first. In that context, Chad is not only positioned as Erin's husband, but as the father to Carson, Brooklyn, Everly, Holland, Finley, William, and Henry. Even though Kelly Jo does not list the children by name, her description clearly reflects the reality of a household shaped by 7 kids. She continues, "You're the picture of selflessness, humility, serving others, gratefulness, and a father/husband figure." The wording feels intentional, almost like a distilled conclusion drawn from years of watching him in that role. There are no small anecdotes, no personal moments pulled into the spotlight. Instead, she keeps everything broad and composed, reinforcing an image that feels steady and carefully maintained. That same structured approach carries through as Kelly Jo expands on Chad's personality using balanced contrasts. She writes, "You're diligent yet balanced with family time, you're compassionate yet firm in your beliefs, you're gentle yet strong, you're wise while being understanding of others." The repetition creates a rhythm that feels deliberate, emphasizing a sense of equilibrium in who Chad is. Still, there is a noticeable absence of specific, lived-in detail. The focus remains on the idea of Chad rather than the everyday reality of him. It gives the impression that what's being shared is a refined version of the bigger picture, not necessarily the full complexity behind it. Kelly Jo closes her message by shifting into a more symbolic space, writing, "Thank you for loving the Lord so much that it spills over into every area of your life." With that, Chad is elevated beyond his roles within the family and framed as a reflection of their shared faith. It adds weight to the tribute, but it also keeps everything at a conceptual level. Once again, there are no concrete examples, just a strong, unified image. The result is a portrait that feels complete on the surface, yet still leaves room to wonder about the details beneath it. Then Erin Payne steps in with a completely different tone, and the shift is immediate. She opens her post with, "Happy birthday to the man who holds my heart forever." There is no build-up, no structured framing, just a direct emotional statement. Where Kelly Jo presents Chad from the outside looking in, Erin pulls the audience into what it actually feels like to share a life with him. The message becomes less about defining who Chad is and more about experiencing him through her perspective. That difference alone changes how the entire story unfolds. Erin leans into specifics almost right away, grounding her words in small, tangible moments. She writes, "You are the kindest man I've ever known. You notice every detail, the string tied in a bow on the letters you write me, the little treat you bring home from a quick run to the store just to show I'm on your mind." Instead of broad praise, she points to actions that are easy to picture and hard to dismiss as generic. These details do the work of proving her point without needing to over-explain it. They make Chad feel real in a way that contrasts sharply with the more polished image built earlier. That sense of reality continues as Erin describes the quieter parts of their daily life. She writes, "The nights you stay up to wash a sink full of dishes so I wake up to a clean kitchen. The way you pull me into a hug the moment you sense I'm overwhelmed. These are not grand gestures, and that's exactly why they land so strongly." Chad is not being framed as perfect here, but as present and attentive in ways that matter over time. Erin's focus stays on consistency rather than performance, and it gives her message a grounded, almost unfiltered feel. When she turns to Chad as a father, the imagery becomes even more vivid. Erin writes, "You always say your favorite hobby is time with your family, and you live it playing chicken and coyote with 6 kids until you're out of breath, half limping, and still getting chased down anyway." In a family with 7 children, moments like this carry a different kind of weight. It is not just about being there, but about actively stepping into the chaos and energy of it all. Chad is shown moving, engaging, and keeping up, even when it takes effort. The description feels almost cinematic, like a snapshot pulled straight from real life. As her caption continues, Erin begins to pull all of these moments together into a broader reflection. She writes, "You are the most selfless man I know. You put me and our children first in everything. You work hard, give endlessly, and carry so much just to lighten my load." This does not come across as a standalone compliment. It reads more like a conclusion built from everything she has already shown. The small actions, the daily habits, and the visible effort all lead into this larger statement. It feels earned rather than simply stated. In her closing lines, Erin adds a layer of reflection that shifts the tone once again. She writes, "I know you'd be the first to say you're far from perfect, but to us, you are the most incredible husband, the most loving daddy, and such a beautiful reflection of our Heavenly Father." There is an acknowledgement of imperfection here that subtly changes the dynamic. Instead of maintaining an ideal image without cracks, she allows for something more human. She ends with, "I love you deeply, and I'm praying this last year in your 30s is your best one yet," which brings the message back to something forward-looking and personal. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're looking at something that feels simple on the surface, but the more you pay attention, the more it starts to shift. Kelly Jo Bates recently shared her thoughts about Chad Paine, the man married to her daughter, and the way she described him doesn't just sound like a casual message. There's a certain tone in it that feels measured, almost like she's choosing exactly what to show and what to hold back. At the same time, Erin also shared her own perspective about her husband, and that's where things start to feel different. The tone changes, the focus shifts, and suddenly the same person is being seen in a completely different light. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at both sides, what each of them reveals, and what might be hiding just beneath the surface. Let's get into it.